Greetings from the Anza Borrego Desert. I'm Dave Householder. Blessed to be your Bible teacher, and I'd like you to look at Nehemiah chapter 4. And I'm out in front of a beautiful Spartan trailer that is badly in need of remodeling. I'm going to take you inside. This thing is for sale in our trailer park. These Spartans were made after the war. And after the war, all these people used to make bombers would have to use their skills. So they use those skills to build these beautiful, huge trailers made of aluminum and nice woodwork on the inside. It's kind of like a B-17 bomber without wings. It's just a beautiful piece of machinery, but as you can see, it hasn't been taken care of. And it's fallen into disrepair. It is really not usable right now at all, which is really kind of a shame. And you might be thinking right now, changing subjects, I'm coming right back to this because this is real important. You might be thinking, shouldn't we just be trusting the Lord? Should we be taking all these precautions with this pandemic? Shouldn't we just trust God to protect us? Well, Nehemiah wasn't going to trust God to protect him when he and the Israelites came back from captivity in Persia to rebuild Jerusalem that had been destroyed in 587 BC. Absolutely leveled. The wall had been leveled. Solomon's temple had been leveled. It was a rubble heap. And he and a bunch of Israelites came back, and they were going to redo this thing. They were going to rebuild it, take this Spartan trailer and make it shine. They were going to make the temple better than ever. The problem is they had a lot of detractors. And two of them, Sanballat and Tobiah, were kind of like those two guys, if you remember the Muppet Show back in the day. Those two guys that would sit up there at the balcony, those two old guys, and they'd make fun of everybody on the stage. Well, that's how Sanballat and Tobiah were in chapter 4. They'd say, "Hey, Nehemiah, you're building that wall. You guys know what you're doing. A fox could run across and the whole thing would fall down." That kind of thing. And there was all kinds of threats. People were threatening them, and to the point where they had to defend themselves as they were rebuilding the city and rebuilding the walls. And they had to literally, in chapter 4, have a sword in one hand and a brick in the other that they were building the walls and rebuilding the temple, ready to fight at any time because they were under real credible threat. Now, you could have told Nehemiah, "Nehemiah, why don't you just trust the Lord?" He says, "I do trust the Lord, but I also have my sword." And this is how it is with this pandemic. It doesn't mean your faith is weak if you're taking medical precautions to protect yourself and other people from the pandemic. It's just like Nehemiah. Nehemiah was the person in the Old Testament who best was able to balance faith and action, prayer and getting to it. And that's what we need to do during this time too. We need to be people, men and women of faith, men and women of action, trusting the Lord, but also taking precautions and being careful because we care about our neighbors and we don't want anything to happen to them. Now, this trailer, somebody's going to buy it. Probably won't cost very much. Cheapest summer home in the universe. But someone's going to buy it, and people are going to start redoing this. I just know it because it's too valuable of a trailer not to redo. It's absolutely beautiful. And somebody's going to do it, and I guarantee you there's going to be detractors. There's going to be Sanballats and Tobias who are going to come by and say, "That piece of junk, that's never going to be worth it. You sunk your money into that. What are you thinking? You're crazy." But I guarantee you this place is going to shine at some point, and it's going to be a wonderful vacation home for some people. So be a person, be a man, be a woman of faith, a man, a woman of action. Balance prayer and action. Do both. Be like Nehemiah. If you have to, have a sword in one hand and a brick in the other. Go about your work. Get stuff done. Don't hide from the pandemic. Boldly live with it. Face the dangers out there, but take precautions. Stay involved in the society. Stay engaged in the economy. But also do what you can to keep yourself and other people safe. That's the word from Nehemiah 4 today. You have a wonderful day. Talk to you again tomorrow.